Once upon a time, in a picturesque little town, a young couple named Alex and Emily decided to buy their dream home. It was a charming, old Victorian house that had been vacant for many years, surprisingly low, but the couple saw it as an opportunity to fix it up and create a beautiful home for their future together. Moved in with excitement, eager to start their new life in the quaint neighborhood. However, from the moment they set foot inside, strange things began to happen. First, it was just the sound of creaking floorboards and mysterious shadows moving in the corner of their eyes. It off as typical old house quirks. Days turned into weeks, the occurrences escalated. Emily started hearing faint whispers in the middle of the night, and Alex often felt a cold breeze pass through the rooms, even on warm summer evenings. He tried to rationalize it, attributing the strange happenings to the house's age and quirks. In the living room, they heard a loud crash upstairs. They rushed to investigate. Scattered across the floor, as if someone had deliberately thrown them around the room. They were alone in the house, and the doors and windows were locked, and they called the police, who found no signs of forced entry or intruders. Despite the increasing incidents, the couple couldn't afford to move out or hire a paranormal investigator. They felt trapped, hoping that the situation would somehow improve on its own. One night, while Emily was alone in the house, she heard footsteps coming from the attic. Pounding, she slowly climbed the stairs to investigate. The door to the attic slammed shut, trapping her inside. For help, and Alex rushed home to rescue her. Emily was pale and shaken, claiming that she saw a shadowy figure lurking in the attic. Helpless and desperate, the couple decided to conduct their own research into the house's history. That the previous owner had been a recluse and was rumored to have practiced dark occult rituals. Local legends spoke of mysterious disappearances and eerie occurrences surrounding the property. As their investigation progressed, they stumbled upon an old journal hidden beneath the floorboards. The journal revealed chilling tales of sacrifices, hauntings, and malevolent spirits. Now realized that the house was cursed, and the spirit of the previous owner was tormenting them. Determined to break the curse and free themselves from the horror, Alex and Emily sought the help of a seasoned psychic medium. The medium confirmed the presence of a malevolent spirit and advised them to perform a ritual to cleanse the house of the negative energy. Following the medium's instructions, they performed the ritual with trembling hands, reciting incantations and burning sage to cleanse the house. At one point during the ritual, the room filled with an eerie silence, and they felt an oppressive presence around them. The ritual concluded, the house seemed to settle, and the strange occurrences ceased. The malevolent spirit was finally banished, and Alex and Emily could finally breathe a sigh of relief. They had survived their new home horror story and emerged stronger than ever. From that day forward, the couple lived peacefully in their dream home, forever grateful for their newfound harmony and the bond that grew stronger through their terrifying ordeal. But every now and then, they would hear faint whispers in the night, a haunting reminder of the horrors they had once faced in their new home. Months passed, and the memory of the terrifying experiences in their new home began to fade. They settled into a happy routine, believing that the malevolent spirit was truly gone for good. They redecorated the house, filling it with light and cheerful colors, determined to erase any remnants of its dark past. However, just when they thought they were in the clear, subtle signs of the haunting started to resurface. Occasionally wake up in the middle of the night, feeling a cold hand brushing against her cheek. Alex noticed strange markings on the walls that seemed to appear out of nowhere, reminiscent of the occult symbols described in the old journal they had found. At first, they dismissed these incidents as mere figments of their imagination, hoping that their minds were playing tricks on them due to the residual fear. As the occurrences grew more frequent and intense, they couldn't deny the reality any longer. Desperate for answers and afraid of the entity's return, Alex and Emily sought help once again. This time, they reached out to a renowned paranormal investigator who had dealt with cases of malevolent spirits and hauntings before. The investigator, named Professor Morgan, arrived at their home with an array of specialized equipment. Together, they delved deeper into the house's history, trying to uncover the true identity of the malevolent spirit and its motives. As they conducted their investigations, Professor Morgan discovered that the malevolent spirit was not the previous owner as they had assumed, but a vengeful spirit who had been summoned by the dark rituals performed in the house long ago. The spirit had attached itself to the property, feeding off the fear and negative energy of those who lived there. The professor explained that the initial ritual performed by Alex and Emily had managed to weaken the spirit temporarily, but it was not enough to completely banish it. To fully rid the house of the entity, they needed to perform a more potent and complex exorcism. They prepared for the exorcism, gathering the necessary tools and knowledge to confront the malevolent spirit head-on. As they chanted incantations and performed the ritual, the house trembled, and the air crackled with energy. In the midst of the exorcism, the vengeful spirit manifested itself before them, a ghastly figure engulfed in darkness and fury. It tried to terrorize them, using their deepest fears against them, but they stood strong, fueled by the determination to reclaim their home. With the combined efforts of Alex, Emily, and Professor Morgan, they managed to weaken the spirit further until it was nothing but a mere echo of its former self. With one final burst of energy, they banished the spirit from the house, sealing it away from their world. But triumphant, the three of them emerged from the ordeal with a newfound sense of resilience. The house felt lighter, and the malevolent presence was gone for good. From that day on, Alex and Emily lived peacefully in their home, free from the haunting that had once tormented them. Still occasionally caught glimpses of shadows in the corner of their eyes or heard distant whispers, but they knew that it was just the residual energy of the past, harmless and powerless. They learned to cherish their home and its history, both the good and the bad. And as time went on, the old Victorian house transformed into a place of love and warmth, where the memories of their new home horror story were overshadowed by the happiness they had built together.